that I learned during my time on campus is the art of servant leadership and empathy. Coming into my freshman year of college, my little brother was involved in an ATV accident that nearly severed his right arm from the elbow down. And my mother was also diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma. And so coming into college, I didn't know how I was going to pay for it. I didn't know how I was going to be successful. It felt like the odds were against me. But the scholarship from the Annexstad family completely alleviated all of that financial stress. And because of that, I realized that there were a lot of people on my campus who were also struggling. It might not be in a financial sense, but they might be struggling in different ways. And so I found different ways to get plugged into the Tuscaloosa community. I even founded my own organization called Clay's Crew that works to reach out to families who are recovering from traumatic injuries and illnesses. And so I was able to kind of pay forward my family's personal experiences because of the equipping that was given to me by the Annexstad family. I think because of that emphasis on servant leadership, I have wanted to dedicate my life to a life of service. I want anything that I do professionally, extracurricularly, or even like in the community to be service-based. Part of that has been me being involved in the Miss Alabama organization, which is a platform for service. And so I've been able to bring Clay's Crew out into the state of Alabama in really different ways. I've gotten plugged into hospitals across the state. And I actually now am wanting to eventually be a CEO of a nonprofit pediatric hospital. And so it's completely reshaped my professional mindset. What I wanted to do when I first came into college looked nothing like that. And so I think that the Annexstad family and this scholarship has been extremely instrumental in shaping those values of servant leadership so that I can go forward and take them into my professional career. This idea of servant leadership and empathy has kind of equipped me to go into a field that is pretty difficult to be in, I believe. I'm wanting to go into healthcare administration. And I'm too queasy to be a nurse or a doctor, but I want to change the lives of children in recovery. And so being able to go into a hospital and see a family and know what it's like to sit in the waiting room, waiting on the news to come out, waiting on, what's next, what is the next procedure, what are the next phases going to look like. I understand that from a first-hand perspective, and so I'm able to take that in and be a source of comfort and a minister of presence in a way, because I understand that from a first-hand experience. So during my time on college, sorority life is a big deal here on campus, and I chose personally not to do that. And so I found community in very different ways, and I think part of the reason I was able to do that is because my family wasn't under the financial stress that we would have been without the Annexstad family. And so one of the ways that I did that was getting plugged into a local church community. I got super involved with their leadership team, working in the community at different government housing projects, as well as getting to go on retreats that I might not have gotten to go on if it weren't for the fact that my family was financially able to do so. So this scholarship freed me up in a lot of ways, and was able to develop this sense of community with people who were like-minded and like beliefs as me, and I think that was extremely crucial in my development through college. I also was able to get plugged into the Honors College, and because of that I was actually able to go to New York through a media conference. I love writing. It brings me so much joy. It is therapeutic to me, and I kind of was able to discover that love for writing in college and was able to go to New York and visit some of the top publications in the nation and even internationally. And so I would have never gotten the opportunity to do that if I wasn't able to get plugged into the Honors College community and able to attend the University of Alabama. So one thing that I've gotten to do is I've gotten to get plugged in with Alice Magazine, which is a women's publication on campus. I'm actually the managing editor, so I'm in a place of leadership and will be with them for a total of 3 years by the time that I finish my grad school. And so I've been a part of 7 different publications, which has been incredible. I've had articles featured in all of those. And again, this would have not been possible without me attending the University of Alabama. And because of that, I've gotten really different internship opportunities that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. I think, like I said before, there are opportunities that I never would have gotten the chance to take on. I've been able to push myself in very different ways because of that. Like I said, getting to go to Miss Alabama 3 times, that would have never been possible without having my school taken care of. I also was able, like I said, to go to New York to write for a magazine. I've been able to lead on the executive board for my MBA class and represent them as a communications chair. I've had so many different leadership opportunities and chances to travel that I would have never gotten to do if my family was at home worrying about how they were going to pay for my school. And so it has truly been such a blessing, and I've been able to truly take on the college experience head on and just take it for what it's worth and try and get every ounce of opportunity that I can while I'm here. And I've been able to do that because of the Annexstad family. During grad school, one of my big missions, I guess, was to find community here. A lot of my undergrad friends have gone on, whether it be to get jobs or move on to grad school somewhere else or take on internships. And so I was determined to find community within my grad school cohort. And so one way I did that was getting plugged into different organizations, whether it be the National Association for Women of MBA or the MBA Association. And I've been able to serve as communications chair, which has allowed me to be the voice of my MBA class. And so because of that, it's forced me to talk to people and to meet new people in a way that I don't think I would have if I hadn't done those opportunities. But I want to highlight the fact that I think one of the most exciting accomplishments of my time here at school has been the founding of Clay's Crew, which is an organization inspired by my brother's story of recovery that works to raise awareness and implement action on behalf of children and families in recovery from traumatic injuries and illnesses. And so I think one way that I've been able to take on this leadership role is because of the equipping of the Annex-Stad family and my college experiences that I've had because of them and their generosity. I've learned so much about what it means to give back and pay things forward. I've learned about servant leadership and empathy and how we are here to make a difference in the lives of others. And my family's story wouldn't mean as much if I wasn't willing to share it. My mom always tells us that a story untold is stripped of its power. And so I think that my personal story of overcoming adversity is something that I can pay forward. It's something that I can use to give back to not only the Tuscaloosa community, but the community throughout the state of Alabama and wherever I end up. And so Clay's Crew, I've been able to reach out to kids across the state of Alabama who just need some hope, honestly. They just need someone to believe in them, like my little brother did. And so while I was in college, Kenyon Drake, who is a football player at the University of Alabama, actually reached out to my brother while he was in recovery, wishing him, good luck, man, like have a speedy recovery, I'm rooting for you. And I saw a light in Clay's eyes that I had never seen. And that really inspired me in a lot of ways. I got to have a conversation with Kenyon and just thank him for the fact that he was overcoming his own adversity and was able to inspire my brother in that way. And so meeting people like Kenyon and people across the campus who have just inspired me to just pour back into other people and to serve people and to use this opportunity here at such an incredible university to make a difference in the lives of those in my community. And so Clay's Crew, we've raised more than $30,000 on behalf of recovering families. And again, I would not be here today if it were not for the Annex-Stad family. These families that I've reached out to would not have received the financial and spiritual and emotional support that I've been able to give them if it weren't for my placement here. And so that's something that I want to continue to pay forward. This year I'm wanting Clay's Crew to become an official nonprofit organization. We're getting into school systems and developing programs for kids in recovery for when they come back to school to make that process and transition easier. And then also I'm wanting to eventually be the CEO of a Children's Miracle Network hospital. And because of my opportunities here, I've been able to intern with Children's of Alabama, and so that dream is looking like more of a reality all the time. So before the Annex-Stad family came in and just completely changed my life, grad school was not going to be an option for me. And so while my public relations degree is something I'm really proud of, that I worked really hard for and I think would have gotten me an incredible job, being able to move on to the next level and achieve my master's degree is going to be a world changer, especially with me realizing that I wanted to go into healthcare administration. It's going to give me the business knowledge and competencies that I need to be successful, and that would have not been possible without the Annex-Stad family. But Alice Magazine is a women's publication on campus that I have been able to serve as managing editor of for the past 3 years. Because of this, I've been able to polish my copy editing skills, my leadership skills, my writing skills, my professional skills. I have learned so much by leading this group of incredible women. And it's really empowered me as a woman, getting to lead strong women. And that is an opportunity that I think is very unique to the University of Alabama. It's something that I wouldn't have gotten anywhere else. And this place is a possibility for me because of the Annex-Stad family. Like I said, I got to go to New York and attend a media conference that it was completely life-changing. It showed me that there are opportunities for people in communications. There are incredible opportunities and really exciting things that I get to potentially be a part of within this field.